once upon a time in a land far, far away. So many of our stories start like this, and in so many of our stories, predators are the villains. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Little Red Riding Hood. But what if the there and then of fairy tales is becoming the here and now of coexisting with carnivores once more? As some call for the reintroduction of lynx, wolves and bears to Britain and Ireland as part of rewilding. After absences of centuries or millennia, could livestock farmers learn to live with these animals again? The science of coexistence gives us a suite of 5 different types of tools that can help us consider this question, the coexistence toolkit. The first of these tools is deterrence, and it works by disrupting the attack sequence of a predator on livestock through things like fences and shepherds and livestock guardian dogs, like Bob here. The second type of tool is financial, and that works by compensating farmers financially when they lose livestock to predators. The third type of tool is the use of force. That means hazing, like with this bear spray, removing or sometimes lethally controlling predators that develop a problem with livestock or with people. Enterprise methods are the next tool in our toolkit, and they see the potential from predators, not just the problems, opportunities to generate income from things like hunting, certification, but especially from tourism. The final and most important tool in our toolkit is governance. Governance provides mechanisms for people with wildly differing perspectives on predators to compromise and find pragmatic solutions. For that, we already have everything that we need. One mouth to speak softly, and 2 ears to listen twice as much as we talk. The science of coexistence gives us a suite of tools which mean, in theory, we could learn to live again with lynx, wolves, and bears. But the bigger question is should. Should the there and then fairy tales become the here and now of coexisting with carnivores once more, so that we all live happily? Hold on, I've got one more tool in my toolbox. You see, the next chapter in this story is yet to be written, and it is all of ours to write it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonny. Thank you so much. We're going to go to the judges for a question, please.
So, that's great. Thanks, Jonny. So, is there anything that we can learn as we seek to reintroduce these kind of carnivores from countries that they've never left? So, Canada, Romania, closer to home. Is there anything that they're doing that we can learn from to make this a practical reality?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm actually going to take you very quickly to Nepal, which is where I did my PhD research in the Annapurna and Everest regions. And a big part, obviously, if you don't lose these animals in the first place, it's a lot easier than then trying to bring them back. But a lot of that is cultural. It's things that we can't necessarily define scientifically. It's the stories that we tell. And a shameless plug, I've got a short movie trailer premiering at the Science Festival at the Ulster Museum on Saturday at 4, which you're all very welcome to, which is about this topic. I was filming in Nepal in November. So we become the stories that we tell, and we need science, and we fuse it with stories to coexist with carnivores. And we can learn it from many different places, Nepal being one of them.
Thank you so much. Do we have another question from our panel?
What animal do you think you could see being reintroduced in Ireland?
So obviously on that trajectory of 3 different species, lynx are much easier because they're no risk to people. There's some risk to the occasional sheep. And those are the ones that have been actively considered to be reintroduced to Britain, possibly to Scotland within a decade or so. But there is a very big question mark hanging over whether lynx ever existed on the island of Ireland. There is a single femur from 9,000 years ago from a cave in Waterford that is archaeologically disturbed. So if they've never existed here, that's not a reintroduction, that's called a novel translocation, that's a whole can of worms. But if they did exist, it's a very narrow piece of evidence to build a reintroduction. So there's a lot of complexity with carnivores.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your questions. And around applause. Thank you, Jonny.